Now, the biggest stories on the South Coast from the WBSM Newsroom. This is WBSM News.
Providence police have identified the 26-year-old Fall River man killed in a stabbing outside a city strip club over the weekend as Stefan Calise. At a press conference yesterday, police said Calise was fatally stabbed outside the Cadillac Lounge early Saturday morning. He was a youth football coach and the father of a 4-year-old girl. According to police, the stabbing took place after a fight broke out between two groups outside the establishment. The suspects were seen on surveillance video fleeing the scene in two separate cars. The Cadillac Lounge was ordered to shut down for 72 hours after the stabbing. An SUV that crashed into an Apple computer store in Hingham on Monday has left one person dead and 19 others injured. Kevin Bradley of New Jersey lost his life in the crash, which happened at around 11 a.m. in a shopping complex off Route 3. Apple officials said Bradley was a contractor supporting recent construction at the store. The driver, a 53-year-old Massachusetts man, survived the crash, and authorities are working to determine if criminal charges should be filed. After a crash yesterday in Providence caused significant delays on Route 195 and traffic backups almost all the way to Swansea, the Rhode Island Department of Transportation is making changes. The department plans to add more messaging to alert drivers to the new lane split on Route 195. The lane split just before the Washington Bridge is in place for the next year, so RIDOT can conduct infrastructure rehab. A pickup truck hit a barrier near the split and rolled over at around 6 a.m. yesterday, blocking all travel lanes at the Gano Street India Point exit for over an hour. One potential candidate for outgoing New Bedford City Councillor Hugh Dunn's Ward 3 council seat has already started exploring a run. Local attorney and former Senate candidate Jacob Ventura made the announcement on WBSM's South Coast Tonight program yesterday.
Hugh Dunn, after his announcement a few weeks ago, a few folks came to me and urged me to strongly consider it. And quite honestly, it was the furthest thing from my mind at the time.
Ventura said he'll make a final decision on whether to pull nomination papers after the Thanksgiving holiday, but said after talking to Ward 3 residents, quote, all indications point to him running for the seat. Dunn announced his resignation during a November 4th appearance on South Coast Tonight. The council is expected to order a special election at a November meeting. A preliminary election will likely take place in January, with a general election expected in late February. A Fall River man who once appeared on the TV show Caught in Providence and told Judge Frank Caprio he'd robbed over 100 banks in his lifetime is facing a federal charge. The Justice Department has filed a single bank robbery count against William Sequeira of Fall River. Sequeira allegedly robbed a bank in Boston and a bank in Fall River earlier this fall, but he's now being charged with robbing a third. The 59-year-old, who spent over 3 decades in prison for his previous crimes, faces a potential sentence of up to 20 more years behind bars if convicted. Governor Charlie Baker is asking the legislature for $130 million to help provide emergency shelter to migrants. Baker submitted a bill seeking the funds to create new shelters and to help cover the costs absorbed by the state's current system of shelters. The bill also calls for the creation of a center run by the state to help migrants find housing and to access benefits from the state and federal governments. In sports, the Celtics snapped their 9-game winning streak after falling 121-107 to the Bulls in Chicago. Tomorrow night, they host the Dallas Mavericks. But the Bruins extended their streak to 7 games after taking down the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-3 in the Sunshine State. Boston leads the NHL with 34 points. The Bees are now 17-2-0 and will visit the Florida Panthers tomorrow night. Now for a look at your local forecast from ABC 6.
Look for plenty of sunshine from morning through afternoon. Your high today will top out near 48, and the winds are going to be well relaxed, so it's not going to feel as cold. For tonight, mainly clear, your low near 32, and for Wednesday, look for lots of sunshine with an even warmer high of 51. From the ABC 6 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kelly Bates on New Bedford's News Talk Station, 1420 WBSM.
At the moment, it is 35 degrees and the sun is just rising. I'm Kate Robinson for WBSM News. Stay up to date with New Bedford's News Talk Station, 1420 WBSM, and get breaking news alerts and podcasts with the WBSM app.